In addition to forklifts, another form of a powered industrial truck we use at Cardinal is called a Rico. A Rico is a device we use to move large racks that contain packs of glass, which are known as stoche packs. The Rico is commonly used when receiving and moving stoche packs in and out of our cutting gantries. Similar to all other PITs, the operator will need to perform a pre-use inspection. Prior to mounting the Rico, the operator will perform a walk-around inspection looking for any damage such as cut wires, leaking fluids, and that the battery is properly connected. As the operator steps into the control area, the individual will face the control panel, which consists of the following: steering wheel, throttle, which contains forward and reverse, horn button, raise and lower bed buttons, key switch, e-stop, wheel position indicator, extended raise bed button, battery meter, and floor pedals. There are two different styles of control panels on the Rico. Learning this will be a part of your documented hands-on training. All Ricos are equipped with an e-stop button. When this button is engaged, it will terminate all power to the Rico. In addition to the control panels at hand level, there is a foot pedal on the platform which is called the dead man switch. This pedal must be engaged at all times to allow the Rico to be operated. All Ricos are equipped with wheel indicators. The wheel indicator will notify you of the steering wheel direction. Now that we identified all the controls, we are ready to begin driving. Disengage e-stop, turn the key to the on position, and engage the dead man switch, placing your right hand on the throttle and your left hand on the steering wheel. Note your wheel position and line up the load platform to properly lift your material.
A good practice to get into is making sure to discuss with people on other shifts that drive the Rico about any issues you may have had and any issues they may encounter. This allows everyone's perspective to be known and to point out any issues that may have been missed.
Before you attempt to start moving racks, drive the Rico around in order to get a feel for the controls. Slowly move your throttle and wheel in the direction you want to steer. You will notice that only the wheels in the back control the Rico, much like a forklift. Keeping this in mind, you will need to make wide turns.
Another best practice is to drive the Rico a short distance while backing up and taking your foot off of the dead man switch to ensure that the auto stop is working correctly before driving into racks with glass.
Identify the rack you want to pick up and position the Rico in front of it with the bed facing forward. Slowly move into the rack, maintaining the centermost position of the rack. You want to move until the entire bed of the Rico makes contact with the metal portion of the A-frame. It is important that the A-frame is positioned as closely against the mast as possible. With one hand, hold the press and hold button. With the other hand, press the raise button until you are a few inches off the ground. Make sure your bed is inserted into the heaviest side of the A-frame. Do not raise the bed too high if the load is unbalanced, as this could cause the A-frame to tip to that side. An important reminder: never attempt to pick up a rack with glass unless at least one strap on each side is secured tightly. Best practice is to have two straps secured. When moving the A-frame with glass, you will need to adjust or use the controls on the side you will be turning into. Once the controls are moved, your main focus is still going to be the outermost foot of the A-frame. This lines up with the wheels on the bed, which will be your pivot point while you are turning. You will always want to make sure that both feet will clear any obstacles you will be driving around.
When training new operators, I like to allow them to drive the Rico around under supervision to see how it moves, before I allow them to pick up glass for the first time.
When putting a rack into picking position in the gantry, you need to make sure both feet are flush against the metal rail. Use that to guide your way. Slowly touch the farthest foot against the rail, and slowly keep turning the wheel so the closest foot is against the rail. This may take several attempts to get the hang of it. Now that you've completed your task with the Rico, return it to its designated parking spot. Prior to stepping out of the control area, lower the load platform and turn the key to the off position. Then engage the e-stop. You can now step out of the control area. This is a general example of how to operate a Rico. You will still need hands-on training and guidance to operate this type of powered industrial truck before becoming certified.